Welcome in once again, guys. We're here to feed that Yu-Gi-Oh cardboard addiction, guys. You guys already know. Here we have the Sinister 6 again. Just monitoring our fresh cart here with the 6 best-selling cards out of the tins, guys. Just again, play sets of each. And right now we're sitting at 487, guys. When we started this challenge about a week ago, you can see this here on the 5th. It was 482. Then we had one, when was it? Let me see, the 8th. Yeah, the 8th, it was 492, guys. So just a $10 difference right here. We put it side by side. And then after that, we had it on the 10th, guys, just 2 days ago. It was 506. So it was actually at an all-time high, guys. As you can see, cart by cart by cart. This is a pretty fun example, guys. So you can get the gist of the moves that these cards are making. And this was at an all-time high. But right now, guys, where we're sitting at right now, essentially, we're down to 487, guys. So we're down. We put it right here. We're down to, levels when the cards first came out. Again, a week ago. So a week later, the 6 best-selling cards, if you would have bought play sets of each, you're essentially, sitting at the same price that it was. Again, when these cards came out, look, right there, side by side. Cards came out at 482, went up $10. Then from there went up like $14, and now back down. That's what, 6 and 3rd, down $19. So again, I mean, it just goes to show, yes, individual cards, maybe you don't need some of these cards, but it's all about averages to give you guys an idea to see that a week later, the initial rush phase is still maintain these card prices similarly. When you bulk them up together at playsets. So pretty interesting, that a week later, we're sitting at around 487, guys, less than $500, which honestly to me is still a lot of money for all these staples. There's no way that if someone is coming fresh off the press, they're coming back, they took a break, they're like, yo, Jay, I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh again, the juices are flowing. Juhu came out and changed the meta. Now we're getting Doom of Dimensions. I'm a D, one more D player, and I want to play the new DDD support or the new MST deck or the new this or that in the third. Yo, I want playsets of the best staples of the tins. How much will that cost me? $500. Shit. Well, man, I wish I might, man. Crazy. But again, we're going to start with the Sinister 6. Why? Because they're the best selling cards. After the 6 cards, we're going to move into the penny stonks. Guys, essentially cards $5 and below. Some of these we've already covered, but I wanted to highlight some of these that we have not covered as of yet, guys. So tune in. Let's go on for this ride because I love me some penny stonks. Every time we have a rarity collection, every time we have tins, I love digging in, looking for penny stonks, cards that no one's looking at, that no one's paying attention to, so that you guys can eat when everyone is focusing just on the Sinister 6. All the staples are hard to get, terrible pull rates. I need my impulses, my little knights and purges, and this and that and the third. We're focusing, of course, on these as well if you need them, but mainly also on the penny stonks, the cards that can 2x, 3x, 5x, 10x. Love it, man. Who doesn't love multiplying their money? So with that in mind, again, we have Mo Charming Perulia, the Megaton version. Checkmark recovery off the $35 lows if you go to the monthly here. And then it went to 45s. And here we are, man. Here we are. Actually, there's the 16 wall of China. But after that, the next wall is pushing 48s. And this card is essentially a $48 to $50 card, especially post-tax. So yeah, the card is just holding strong, guys. Honestly, I don't see this card going down too much until we get potentially a Rarity Collection 5, and or maybe if they include a reprint inside the same reprint product that we're getting Meows in. If they do that, unless this card gets reprinted somewhere again, I like an OT and OTS pack 29. It'll still be hard to get as an OT. So unless it gets a more readily available print, this card is going to maintain, in my humble opinion, at the very least $40 to $50 mark. Right now we're midway through, and this can surpass those levels, go up back up to 55, 60s. It's just that needed. It's just that in demand, and it's just that hard to pull. I mean, I was lucky that I was able to pull this card out of my, set of tins or packs or whatever we call it nowadays. But, it's a hard card to pull, especially when you need multiples. And that's the key with these terrible pull rates. I expect Perulia to consolidate anywhere between 40 to 50s in the short term. So again, We've been talking about this card nonstop this week, 3, back to back times in the last 5 days, essentially every other day, just keeping you guys informed. So now we're going to move to a format where we do maybe 1 to 2 videos a week about the tins, and then there on out weekly videos. Until then, everyone forgets about the tins and they move on to Doom of Dimensions or move on to the Phantom Revenge, whatever that side set, or they move to Rarity Collection 5 if it gets announced. But again, don't forget about these meta relevant staples. Then we have Purge. Purge continues trickling up towards 40s. Again, V-Shape recovered off the $30 lows, which we showed you guys. We made an X post telling you guys, just pick up your Purges, $90 a playset. Don't wait on it anymore. Right now is essentially 38 bones, and after that goes to 39.40s. So yeah, 27 listings. Card is still in the midst of its V-shaped recovery, just as expected with this one. So not too much to talk about here with regards to these best-selling cards. This is known already in the sense that hopefully you picked it up at around 30s or the low 30s. You didn't want to pay more than $100 for a playset. And right now they're 38 pushing 40s. Then that's pretty soon is going to be $120 for a playset and probably beyond, as Yummy players continue to warm up in the sense coming back to play the meta. Oh, what deck should I play? Yummy is getting the new Marshmallow. Yummy, it looks beautiful. I want to play Yummy. You need triple purges, and then that demand comes in, and the same as Peruli. Until this gets a more readily available print, I expect it to consolidate between $35 to $45, conservatively speaking, but it can surpass the $50 mark. We'll continue to monitor this one. Then Dominus Impulse. This one actually was 23 bones, and it spiked up to 35s, and again, check mark recovery from the lows, and it hasn't looked back. It's just holding the $35 level strong, 27 listings only. And this is a surprise in the sense, not because we know it's a staple. We get it, right? But essentially, like, staple-ish is a Dominus card. We're getting Dominus Spiral, and people get hyped, but it's not seeing that much play in the meta. So I was pretty surprised to see this card, just bump up straight back up to 35s. We get the scarcity angle, but I'm talking about like utility-wise. Purges are being used more than impulses, essentially, because Yummy is just more represented at local, regional, or top tier Yu-Gi-Oh events. But here we are, man. Same deal. You want $100 for a playset. That's the max you would want to pay. Maybe get a deal in person, because this is another card that can trickle up to 40 and beyond, just because it's staple-ish. People want their Dominus collection with the Spiral now coming out, things of that nature. So definitely one to keep on your radar. Then we have Falos. Again, this one, more of the same. People need their playsets. We're gonna keep it simple here. We're not gonna spend 5 minutes talking about what we all know here. It's high in demand. I expect it to go into the 20s, become a 20-piece McNuggies from Mickey D's and beyond. This Prismatic will get scarce. It's hard to pull. Checkmark recovered from the $13 mark. It's never looked back. We expect the 20s after a couple of walls of China here and there as the competitive season starts ramping up. Guys, post ban list, everyone is going to be coming in getting their staples. I mean, people are already coming in, but post ban list, the ban list won't just affect the cards that come off the list or get on the list or get unlocked to 1 to 2 to 3, things of that nature. No, it also affects staples, because once people know what they can play, they don't need to be worried about a ban list. They're going to come in, they're going to rush in, they're going to pick. There's people that literally wait and they don't own nothing. They don't own any cards right now. They don't own Wallows. They don't own Purges or Impulses. They don't even know what they're going to play. They're literally on the sidelines just waiting for a ban list that essentially can come at any moment now. And they're just waiting. Once that ban list comes out, then they make a decision. They're like, okay, this got hit, this came back, this happened, that. Okay, I want to play this deck. Okay, I need 3 Impulses or 3 Purges or 3 Fawaloses or 3 this, 3 that. Again, they come in and they make their decisions based on that information. So don't sleep on these staples. People need playsets. It's just the facts. And again, with this one, we said anything under 50s for a playset should age well, should be a steal and deal. Because that's what the most you would want to pay for a playset of this card overall. So definitely don't let it become 20s and beyond. Then we have Infinite Impermanence continues crashing down, making new lows. Now officially at the sub $15 mark. Guys, you need to understand, and I want to take a moment here, because we already know Imperm Starlight Rare is a staple. It's another high-end print. It's going down in price. Okay, we know that. But I want to take the opportunity you know, for you guys to understand, there was people buying this card at $35 just a week ago. A week ago, patience wins this game. People were rushing in. Oh my gosh, Starlight Rare is also another high rarity, and we have the quarter centuries and the OTs, and now we have a Starlight, and $34 is $100 a playset. Man, people are rushing in. What should we do? What should we this? People buying this card at 35 bones. Mind you, we're talking about 51 orders, not a willy-nilly order, not a random one-off, you know, not a random one Billy Bob. No, we're talking about 50 plus orders, mind you, right here, guys. Plus 15 more orders plus 11. That's 26 plus 51. I'm bad at math. What is that? Like 77? And then we had, what is that? Yeah, then it went down to 26, where there was 244 orders at $26 for what today is a sub $15 card. Crazy, guys. Just insane. Smart money is coming in now at sub $15 with this largest volume candle ever. Smart people, they waited. Card is down $20 from the highs, the day one price highs. And like we always say, for the most part, especially in this reprint product, not that much with the Prismatics, but with the Starlights, they've been crashing down into oblivion. If you waited 1 week, you can come in here and now you can get a playset for 50 bones post-tax. Clean. Fresh off the press, just like the channel. This is the smart way to tackle cards like these. Come in, you get your playset of Starlights. They're gonna look beautiful, but you paid 50. You didn't pay $100 plus 110s plus tax. Ah man, right now you could be getting more than double the amount of copies just a week later for the same amount of money. It's crazy. And who knows, man, if you keep waiting, you might get, you know, might go down to the 13s, the 12s, single digits. Nah, I mean, I think that's a stretch, but I mean, it's not about timing alone. But at the very least, if you gave yourself a week, you gave yourself some time. You know, you gave yourself some time. You let the supply sink in, like literally sink in, and now you reap them rewards for your patience. Just crazy. People out here saving themselves today $60 on a playset, where they could get 3 to 4 extra copies just because they waited a week. Wild. Just mind-boggling, guys. When we say patience wins this game, this happens to 90 to 95% of cards in reprint products all across the board. Sure, you get the Perulia went up from 35 to 45, J, and you know, the impulses and the purges, and yeah, the Prismatics, they're a different beast. You know, they have different pull rates, and especially, you know, the Fantastic Four out of the Sinister Six, which are the, you know, the Prismatics here, which in this case would be all the cards except Little Knight and Imperm. They're Prismatic Secret Rares. They have terrible pull rates, and they're the Fantastic Four out of the tins. They're separate. They're their own breed, you know, so we treat them separately. But all the other cards in the tins, 95+% of the cards, they are following the same deal. Crashing into new lows day after day after day for the past week. It's all about learning lessons, because it happens time and time again, year after year after year. People rush in, they come in for day one prices. And, you know, if you could get an occasional pre-sale, you were waiting for a card, it's finally here. You're like, you know, let me Billy Bob 1 copy here, 2 copies. That's fine. Talking about people that come in and they spend hundies. They come in and they get everything they need day one. And sure, with the Fantastic Four, it might work out. Good. But, you know, what about the other 95% of cards that they were also digging in and buying and clicking and getting on day one? They're down on all those other card prices. Powerful, guys. Powerful information, so you guys can avoid Billy bobbing in too early for most, you know, set releases. That's why we're here. They either make you or save money. Imprims at sub 15 is just beautiful. Hopefully it keeps going down even more so we can get this beautiful card at even cheaper prices. Then we have Little Knight. Look at that. Less than $12 for a Starlight. God is good, man. Look at that. It was 15s when we last covered it. Come today, it's down $3 already. 3 bones. 65 listings. The walls are coming in. The walls of China here. The supply pressure coming in. Hopefully pushing this card down the single digits. Because this weekend I'm gonna go to Philly and I'm gonna want to pick up my copy. But 10 bones is sounding right about right. What is that, Jay? Right about nice? It's sounding great right now because Ultra's worth $10. And now I could get a Starlight at that same price. Count me in, man. count me in. I'm super excited to get this card. I'm at around 10 bucks. That's what I want to pay for it. If it goes lower, then we can pick up more, but I don't want to pay no more than $10 for this card. And get a deal in person. Yo, would you take a $10 bill for that Starlight Little Night? Yes. Obviously, where it's allowed, where you're allowed to buy and sell cards, obviously, you know, keep that in mind. But yeah, SP Little Night, 12 bones for this extra deck staple. Just beautiful, marvelous. Another one. There was 13 Billy Bobs paying $30 for a $12 card. Where's Billy, man? Where's Billy? Where's Billy for really, man? Where is him, man? Let me find him here. Where's your boy? Where's your boy? Billy! Right there. Look at that. Look at that. He looked like that. Billy Bob came in at 30 bones. He came in. He was like, yo, I'm fly. I got the chain. I'm with the suit and tie with the hair looking nice. We got the glasses, you know, flipped around. But that's just part of our style. Well, that's why we're called Billy Bob. He comes in here at 30s. Them 13 Billy Bobs are like, yo, I'm early, man. I'm early, bro. I'm getting the card that I need. It's just 30 bucks. It's a Starlight Rare, man. Quarter century's 400. So, you know, I'm just paying 30 for my Starlight. I'm saving money, man. Poor Billy, man. Look at that. Card a week later, 12 bones about to hit single digits. Hey, Billy Bob ain't living to fight another day. Literally, he could have bought, well, how many of these? 12 times 3 is 36? I mean, not 3 just quite yet, but you guys get the gist of it. 2.5 copies of Little Night. Patience wins the game, guys. The game is literally too easy. Guys, link in the description down below. If you want to purchase any of our penny stonks, it's a million tabs, as you guys can see up here. First link in the description down below, centralized at your convenience, coming to a theater near you. You can either fast track every single card we're talking about today or click on these at your convenience. Boom, it just opens it up so that you guys can come in here. Yeah, it's going to be easy. It's going to be easy right here. Take advantage of that. Make sure you subscribe, ring that bell, like the video on the way, and let's refresh because, yeah, 10.1K is all thanks to you guys. We continue to grow on our way now to 11K. It sounds kind of weird, but that's just the next step in the process towards 100K, man. We need them 6 figures, man. That's what we're looking. We need to save all them Billy Bobs out there. That's my one purpose in life. If you want to help your boy out, make sure you subscribe, like the video. Would gladly appreciate it. So moving on to the other Starlight Rares in this set. Again, yes, there's most of these, except for the 2 right here, part of the Sinister 6. Most of these are already $5 and below. You know, most of these are $5 and below. So I could literally talk about all of these cards, all of these Starlights. They're just great deals. Even a week in, they're already like at great prices for most of these. So again, I'm gonna try and highlight a couple, yes, that we've talked about recently 2 days ago, just to give you guys a couple updates, but also wanted to highlight on a couple other Starlights that I haven't really touched base on as of yet that I would be honing in, guys. So let's get started. Again, we've been talking about Nightmare Apprentice. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I cannot wait to trade. I cannot wait to open a binder and see this card because I'm gonna be like, I want it. Literally, I want it. I pulled one from my video, which, by the way, I really appreciate your guys' feedback. It was 2,000 views on that opening, that case opening, which is crazy. The comments, man, I need to review those. Not right now, but on one of these episodes, I need to review those comments. They were amazing. Just me crumbling detonator. Like, it got a lot of people to respond. I had a blast with that. Just wanted to say thank you to the community. It was awesome. Guys, Nightmare Apprentice. $3.59, beautiful. Again, like we said, the goal is $10 a playset. $10 a playset. And yeah, you do have a wall of China at $364. Lovely, lovely. Hopefully that wall of China keeps, you know, these other walls try and compete with this one. Hopefully pushing the card price down to 10 bones a playset. You can get a playset for $10. At the very least, get one. If you can, get 3, which would be 3 places, which would be an RO9. So get exposure to this card. I've already given the reasoning. We're getting illusion support down the line, so not going to go too much in depth. Wanted to give you guys an update. Still the same. 10 bones a playset of Nightmare Apprentice. This card was pushing 30s the other day before the reprint, once they announced the new illusion support. What do you think when the masses remember, oh, right, you know, we're getting those illusion monsters? What do you think is going to happen? They're going to rush in. This is a Starlight Rare that is $3.59 today. and it could be double digits tomorrow down the line, guys. Keep it in mind. Easy, free money. Number 90, Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. It keeps going down in price. Beautiful. Great time to be alive in a Yu-Gi-Oh! 62 listings right here to have a number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. Every time this card gets reprinted, people take it for granted. They're like, oh, it's cheap. It's everywhere right now. It just came out in the tins. Look, I'm pulling it from my tin. He's pulling it from his tin. They take it for granted. Yes, supply is here now. It happens time and time again. What do you think happens 6 months from now? When people are still rushing in to get the max rarity version of number 90 because it's a generic rank 8 that is broken and that everyone always needs. Always. This card always has eternal demand by people that play rank 8 decks, people, you know, actual Galaxy Eyes players, number collectors, you name it. It has a lot of fundamentals going for this card. So I could see this $1.33 card one day become $5 and beyond. Conservatively. I'm not even talking about double digis, and which can happen as well, but just a clean 3x $4 card. It could happen. So if you can pick up these up, you can maybe even throw these in for dollars in trades. Literally, yo, you trading that $1? We good? Yeah. Okay. It's too easy, man. Too easy. You can see the money from a mile away. It's happened time and time again. This card got reprinted in Battles of Legend Chapter 1. And when it came out, it was cheap. And then it became money. Because it got scarce, people needed it. And the same thing is going to happen again. And this is a Starlight Rare. Unless it gets an alternate art somewhere, it won't get another Starlight Rare. So definitely one. Love penny stonks like these. Keep them in mind. We have Gamma Seal, the Sea Turtle Kaiju. Same deal for this one. We said that you want to pick these up at $5 for a playset. Right now, the walls are at 225s. You got a couple deals under twos. But again, I'm just waiting. Patience wins this game. You know, again, you want to come in early for certain prismatics that you need because of the pull rates. But for these starlights, I expect the walls to continue coming in. I expect the supply to continue coming in the next week 2, week 3, week 4, you know, a month in. You know, that's when the supply, these big stores, they continue cracking open tins to meet the demand. And then they have an oversupply. Then those walls of China come in. You know, you're going to see the hundreds of copies here from like the Gamers' Choices and things of that nature. So that's what I'm expecting. Love to see cheap starlights. Love it. Marvelous. Wonderful. Great time to be alive in a Yu-Gi-Oh! When it comes to reprints. Just beautiful cardboard. I mean, we're all cardboard addicts here, man. We're all cardboard addicts. And it's just beautiful to see cheap, shiny, you know, just cardboard here. ABC, what was that? Amazing, a beautiful, cheap cardboard. It was affordable, beautiful, cheap cardboard. You guys would know the ABC treatment, man. We out here alphabetizing. Jay, what are you talking about? Move on to the next card. We have Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Guys, this card, 250s now. It was 3s, now 250s, hopefully 2s, hopefully bucks and some change. Because again, the goal with these is to let that sell pressure, the walls of China, to come into the point where you can be picking these up for $5 a playset. Yo, you got $5 on you? Let me get that playset of Spirit with Eyes of Blue. That's the mindset, man. Right now, sitting at 250s, the walls are sinking in. Beautiful Starlight Rare. You know, didn't get its quarter century. Should have gotten it in the structure deck. But thankfully for me, I get to own the card cheap though, because I wouldn't have owned it if it would have been inside the structure deck. It probably would have been expensive as a QCSR, and I prefer Starlight regardless, especially when it's this cheap. So I can't be talking too much, but beautiful card. I love this card's artwork. Love the blue eyes, how it's there, everything. You know, I pulled one. I want an R9 of this, but I need $5 a playset. That's what we need, man. So that's what we're waiting on. Other than that, great card, great effect. Great for blue eyes, great for spellcasters, great for generically for dragons. So don't sleep on this card. Then we have Dark Arm, the Dragon of Annihilation. Again, now we're starting to talk about certain Starlight Rares that is just criminal that there's Starlight Rares at 38 cents. This card is just, it shouldn't have any business being 38 cents, guys. It's a generic rank 7 with a broken effect. Broken effect. And it's not a once per turn. Like, you can pop multiple cards depending on the amount of monsters that you exceed with into this card. You can just start popping card after card after card. It just can't swing. Broken card, great in Castira. You know, just a great rank 7. And yeah, this card has walls at 39 cents, man. Like why? I just love reprints like these. Like there's no way I see this in a binder. Literally, I go to trade and I'm like, Dark, let me get it, man. They're quarters. Literally throwing them quarters in there. Let me get four for $1, man. They don't care about it. And I do. You need to do the opposite. When people don't care, you do, and vice versa. The game is truly that easy. This is too cheap, man. 39 cents. Essentially, at the very least, a playset for $1. This is too beautiful. Like, there's no excuses for people to not have a trade binder nowadays. And I want to do a video one of these days. Like, yo, if I'd have $100, like, how would I build the binder? Just for fun. I need to get to doing that. Because it's just like, there's no better time, bro. Like, great, cheap starlights, bro. Like, play sets for $. Like, you can't make this stuff up, man. I'd be picking this card up just because it's too cheap as a starlight rare. Just lovely penny stonks. Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. We had the does it have, I think it's the Prismatic or whatever the secret. I know it had the let me just look it up. Let me look it up. Excuse me, guys. I think I got the Prismatic secret rare ready. Right here. And yeah, this one. So again, this card recently was you can see the double top here, pushing $3. This Prismatic secret rare from the 2023 tins 2 years ago was $3. And now you get a rarity bump, max rarity at under $1. You cannot make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. So you're telling me that right now, let me see, is there Billy Bonds buying this card? You Yo, this guy paid $247 for a Prismatic when he could have gotten a Starlight for a shekel. Like $1 essentially post-tax. Fine, there's people, Jay, but you know, his favorite rarity is Prismatic Secret. He doesn't care about the Starlight, this, that, and the third. But yeah, man, we're talking about value, man. Like, you could have gotten 2.5 copies, Starlight rares. Look at that. Right here. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful to see Starlight rares like these iconic Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Blue Eyes cards at shekels for Starlight rares. You pick them up. Penny stonks. If the Prismatic Secret could go to 3s, what can the Starlight do? Yeah, it got the world limited world packs, whatever that, you know, reprint stuff. Starlight for $1. That's the play, man. That's the play. You're telling me this card can be multi-billies down the line? It can be $2, 3s for the Starlight, maybe even 5s. Great potential for the long term for that penny stonk. We have legendary Fire King Ponix. I like this one because Fire Kings are always beloved by the community. This is the Starlight rare version of this card. Now it's consolidating at the shekel mark here at 69 cents. So not bad at all. Just another one that for $1 and some change, maybe $2, you can get a playset. Just a playset. You slap it in the investment binder. You forget it. Then a year out, it's going to be hard to get. Fire Kings get support, or Fire King players just continue buying this up. So again, from shekels to billies. That's the whole point of today's market watch. You want to keep it in mind. You want to go from shekels to billies with as many of these cards that you can. You want to come in, buy them at pennies. That's why they're called penny stonks, $1 and below shekel territory, and ride the wave up to the billion and beyond mark. The game is that easy. We have Beals of the Diabolic Dragons. Love this card. Love this reprint. This card has no business being a quarter. Crazy. I mean, the walls are at 40 cents, but even less than 2/4 a pop, I could see this card just by nature, just by scarcity, become $1 and beyond one day. Yeah, this card could 2x, 3x to a billy. It can. So again, what do? You don't have to break the bank with these penny stocks. And that's the beauty of it. Yes, they're cheap, but even if you're on a budget, then don't get as many. I'm not saying you have to come and get 20, 30, 50 copies of this. No, you get the word that we always talk about here, exposure. You get anywhere minimally from 1 to 3, you know, maximum an RO9 essentially, which is 9 copies. That's it. You know, you get exposure depending on the card, depending on what you want it for, if you're going to play it or not, things of that nature. You keep it balanced, you don't go crazy, but at the same time, you get exposure to the card because if it ever goes back up into the future, this card is broken. It's broken. Broken Synchro Monster, rank 8, I'm sorry, level 8 Synchro Monster. Yes, you need a Dark Tuner, it's not as easy to make, but you never know, man. If this finds its way into the meta, it's definitely a problem. Every time it comes out, is a problem, of course. And it says you can still target it, of course, but still, not be destroyed by battle or card effects. Just broken. And then if you swing into it, it's just so good. It's such a good card, man. Don't sleep on it. We have White Rose Dragon. Again, this card right here, we haven't talked about it as of yet. It's the first time on the channel after its reprint. First of all, beautiful artwork, beautiful card. Usually, you know, Black Rose Dragon is like the red and the white, but this one is black with white, essentially. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. We're getting plant support. We're getting a Rose Dragon support down the line. So don't sleep on, you know, cards like these. They come out, they were $3, poor Billy Bob's. Now they're shekels. You see, when we say 90 to 95% of cards, this is all of these cards. There's people out here, yeah, it's not crazy volume at these high levels, but there's people coming in early and they're losing this money. That, like, literally, look at that. 260 orders at 226s, and the card is 40 cents, 44 cents. So many Billy Bobs losing money out here. It happens time and time again. Why? Because it's a human emotion. Oh my God, the cardboard, I love it. It just came out. I need it. I don't know if it's going up. Fear of missing out. I need it now. And hey, patience wins this game, but emotional discipline. I cannot wait to do my course. I cannot wait. So many goodies in there for free. Free 99. Yes, that doesn't mean that for those interested in the future, we can charge for a course. For people want to take it to the next level, fine. But there's not going to be a wall in between that. You know, like, oh, I have to pay to get educated. No, we're going to give a free course with so much value. I can't wait. I'm going to love it, man. You know, I'm going to be traveling now this weekend, but my goal is in the next 2 to 3 weeks, you know, to have it ready before YCS Anaheim. I'm excited, man, just to be able to tell you guys, yo, if you want to get educated for free, go ahead, man. Because I want you guys to be like me, to be able to identify these deals, to be able to learn how to search these cards. The game is just that easy, man. Just truly that easy. Penny stock, you see these? Why not? Pick them up, man. Beautiful Starlight Rares with the support incoming. You never know. Spell Card Soul Exchange, it's a Starlight Rare. Again, $1 for a playset. You come in, $1 for a playset. You never know if this card ever sees play. It has the Blue Eyes artwork on it. So yeah, $1 a playset. Why not? Literally, this is the one. Why not a market watch? Why not get exposure? I'm not even going to talk too much about this one because it's just self-explanatory. Blue Eyes is on the card. Is a Starlight Rare. Get your playset for $1, guys, and live to fight another day. We have the Starlight Rare, you Belder-loving Defender Forever. This card always was $6. Then it went to 8s. I think it even hit double digits at one point. This artwork is beautiful. It's nice to have this card at 40 cents. I'm sorry, 69 cents right here. You have a couple one-offs here. And I get it, guys. The reason why these cards are cheap is supply and demand. Like, there's a lot of these out there. Everyone's cracking open tins. These cards are readily available, but they won't remain so forever. And honestly, 78 listings is not even that much. You know, on the walls, yeah, they're considerable, but they're not like 200, 500, 1,000 copies. You know what I mean? So that's a sign that, you know, the supply is inflated now because it's early. You know what I mean? But then eventually, as people continue to buy these throughout the weeks, months, then these cards can get hard to get. Yubel is a fan favorite. Deck is a fan favorite. You know, art. So don't sleep on these sheckled cards right here that can definitely go from shekels to billies down the line. Guys, link in the description down below. Come join our Discord and follow on X, where we post great content. Guys like Dark Lords got announced, you know, and we're going to be talking about that through the weekend. So stay tuned. We're going to check those Dark Lord cards. But yeah, I made an X post just telling people, you know, what's going on, so people are informed. So you want to follow on X, don't miss out. And $15 off over there on Whatnot for free for you guys. Make sure you take advantage of that. And none of this content is official financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. So you want to make sure you subscribe, you ring that bell, you like the video on the way in. Would gladly appreciate it. And here we have the Prismatic Secret Rares. Again, we already talked about the Fantastic Four from the tins when it comes to the Prismatic Secret Rares, which are these 4 cards. Of course, you have cards like Track, Black Coat Laughs, Loads, and the rest that we always talk about. So we've been talking about these this week. So again, we're going to touch base on a couple ones that we've probably talked about. But before we do, you know, Detonator. This is the best Prismatic Secret Rare reprint that they could have ever thought of. If you guys saw my tin video, I destroyed this card when I pulled it, just crumbled it. because I'm like, why is this card in here? It's a simple question. Like, who needs this card now? Post Yugioh. Who needs this? Jay, but I love Yugioh, and I needed my one-off detonator, man. And the card was too expensive at $1.50. I don't even know what the price was. This is just so wrong. Like, fundamentally, like, this is just so late. You know what I mean? It's like, I just can't, man. I'm not even gonna go down this rabbit hole, guys. It's all funs and games. We have Heretical Phobos Kovos. Love this card. Why? Because no one's paying attention to it. And I love cards that people don't pay attention to. Because I come in, I read effects. I know this is a generic rank 4. It's an illusion. We're getting illusion support soon. And the effect is great. As long as it has an illusion card as material, it's a quick effect. Target one effect monster your opponent controls. Negate its effect. Then if it battled this turn, you can take control of it until the end phase. Just beautiful. Beautiful. Marvelous. 2100 attack, 1500 defense. Prismatic Secret is the max rarity. No one's paying attention to this card. Love it. Great penny stonk. Look, it's right here. Less than a quarter. Less than a quarter. Do you have to break the back? No. $1 gets you 5 of these. Beautiful. RO9 for $2. Beautiful. It's called exposure. You don't feel like paying your hard-earned money for it? That's fine. Trade for it. This could literally be throw-ins in trades. Literally. Throw-ins in trades. It's just too easy. Illusion support coming. We just went through the effect. Great effect. Keep it in mind. Get exposure to all of these penny stonks because they're too cheap not to. I'm going to keep it at that. We have Trap Tantalizing Tune. Again, when you read a card like this, we're getting plant support first of all. Second of all, it's a beautiful card, beautiful artwork with its now max rarity, if I'm not mistaken. Third of all, it doesn't just work with the plant support that we're getting soon, you know, even though it has to be a level 4. But again, maybe with the plant support, the whole point is it's or one normal trap, draw 2. So you can pitch a normal trap, draw 2, and then that trap could have an effect in the grave. And then it has another effect as well. So great, neat little card to pick up. Consolidating here says at quarters, but the walls are now sub 20 cents. After that, wall does go up to a quarter. But again, pick these up, man. These are quarters. Dollars gets you 4 to 5 of these. No excuse. Just pick them up. Pick them up. Pick them up, forget about them. We saw so many examples from last year's tins that were shekels, and then the meta happened this or this came out or support for that, and then they spiked up and that was free money. These the same thing. If it never sees play, you got them at 17, 18 cents. You know, play set for 50 cents, 2 quarters for a play set, just beautiful. 6 of these for $1, beautiful. Wow, you spent $1. Oh, boo-hoo. It never panned out. But what if it does? And $1 becomes 10s, 20s. You never know, man. Never know. And then if you do that with the previous card, and you do it with this card, and you do it with the next card, like Tenpai Dragon and Roku, even though this one's more expensive. You guys get the deal. Then all of a sudden, all those shekels become billies, and you're going to be eating good and happy that you got exposure. Again, this card, I like it. I like this card. It's a Prismatic Secret Rare at $1 and some change. That's good. You want to see them walls come in. And no better time to get the Tenpai deck core right now. Sure, it's not end all be all. It's not meta relevant anymore. Too many hits on the ban list. We understand. You never know if any of these pieces get unlocked on the list and or if it ever gets additional support as well. No better time to get exposure to the deck core. If you can pick these cards up now, you know, $1 and some change, not bad at all. Max you want to pay is $5 for a playset of this card. Beautiful artwork already, but now as a Prismatic Secret, marvelous card, marvelous art, marvelous time to pick up this card right now. We have Bot Herder. Again, this card, just like Dragon Gate, not too much to talk about these other than the fact that they're going down. Bot Herder is still in 219s. You know, hasn't really gone down much here on the monthly, actually rebounding a tad bit. So again, these single prints, I do expect after the rebound to have another retracement to the low. So I'm gonna be waiting on this card, but eventually it's gonna be week 2, week 3, a month in is gonna be a great card to pick up. Great penny stock that could go from ability to 2 to 5s to 10s one day. You just never know what Konami has planned for single prints that come inside the tins like this one, just the same as Dragon Gate, you know, $1 pretty soon, and no rush. Card is not used right now. Who knows if and when it'll see utility, so no rush. But you would definitely want to pick these up. If you can pick them up at Shekels, even better. Just wait on this one for, again, same deal with most of these penny stonks. You want to wait week 2, week 3 at the bare minimum, or at least give yourself a month and some change, maybe 2 max, you know, to get exposure to most of these cards. So I'm highlighting them now so you can keep them in mind. If you're going through the tins and you see this card, my voice is going to pop up in your head saying, hey, shh, pick it up. We have Mimigo Dungeon. Great reprint. Great card to be picking up from the tins. Great card. Just great. Card is $1 and some change, really. You have the occasional one of right there, but it's $1 and some beautiful. Less than $5 for a playset of Mimigo Dungeon. That again, we're getting support, you know, cards that work with phase down cards. You never know if Mimigo get actual support themselves in the future. So again, this card was pushing like $6-7 before the reprint for just a random reason. Who knows, man. So again, this one at $1 and some change. I could see this card being $1 and some change to 5s. Given that 3.5x and beyond, potential is there. If you see these in trade binders, you pick them up for cheap. Great time to get exposure, especially in the next couple weeks for a card that most people probably forgot it came here, not really paying attention to it. And just great penny stock, man. EMP Meow Mine never truly panned out, never actually saw play effect wise. Like, it's a card that you read and you're like, damn, this needs to see play at some point, but it never really did in a massive way. And it's a Cyberus level 2. Great card, great effect against Link monsters. Now it has this Prismatic secret, not bad at Shekels, not bad. This is another one that can go from Shekels to Billies, so keep it in mind. Just to get exposure if you see it around there. At the very least, make sure you get your playset. You have Primite Imperial Dragon and Primite Drill Beam. Drill Beam already had the secret rare from Battles of Legend. Now it has a Prismatic secret rare. This must look beautiful in person. Just a beautiful card, beautiful art. It's trying to hold the 90-cent mark. We'll see if it pushes back up to $1. It's Drill Beam. Yes, it got reprinted in back-to-back reprint sets. But again, it's a card that at times Primite players might play multiples. So you never know with these. So if you could pick them up, nothing to go too crazy for these, because again, back-to-back reprints recently for this one. But Prismatic Secrets should age well and better just because they're more scarce. And again, a lot of people consider the Prismatic Secrets to be a technical higher rarity than Secrets. So definitely a good one. Penny stock to keep in mind. Same as Primite Imperial Dragon. This card was pushing 2 to 3s, man. I actually sold, I had more like 12 of these. I sold all of them like around $2-3, all of them. People just were buying this and I picked them up at Shekels. So again, we're going to play the game again. Now it has a higher rarity print, a mid-max rarity. You know, at Shekels, we're going to pick these up here at under $1. And then one day we're going to be selling these at 2 to 3s because the game is that easy. Sometimes you don't need more explanation than that. It's just that the game is easy. It's what we do every day on the daily. This is what we do for a living. We don't play around with the food. Penny stonks are free food, free 99 down the line. We have Gruesome Grave Squirmer. This is a nice reprint. Wow. I look at this card and I want it just because of the artwork. I don't care about, you know, the utility or not, or the fact, you know, Yugioh needs it. Or good and well. Those are fundamentals. Me, I just see the brown and I'm addicted to the art. I need this card. I need to see it, at least a playset. You know, so I'm glad that it's a quarter. After that wall, it does go up to $1 for a playset. So again, it is a Yugioh card. You just want to keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. This is the max rarity version. It had a common, so now people are going to want holographics. Every Yugioh player is going to want to rarity bump this. Keep it in mind. It's just a great card. It looks beautiful. Even I want it, and I don't play Yugioh. We have Snake Eyes Diabell Star. Keep in mind, the ultras of these were always money, $4, $5, $6. Now you have a Prismatic Secret Rare at Shekels. This card could one day go from 30-something cents to $1, 3x. Definitely possible. Still a lot of people out there that they still love Snake Eyes. They love the artwork. They love the lore. They love all that comes with it. This card was money. Now it got reprinted. It's not meta relevant right now, but you never know. As it gets hard to get, maybe it tries to catch up to its older counterpart version. We have Flying Mary, the Wandering Ghost Ship. This card is in here. It's crazy. It's beautiful. The ultra rare was kind of like darker and hard to see the artwork, but now as a prismatic secret, yo, that looks pretty cool, man. A zombie boat. That's crazy. Especially the price. That's even cooler. You know, for 50 cents, for 2 quarters, you can get a playset. Just beautiful. Beautiful. Why not? You never know when zombies make a comeback into the meta. You never know, or when they get support, or a new zombie deck core comes out. Again, want to keep it in mind. Just penny stonks. Most of these you're not going to go crazy for, but it doesn't hurt to own these cards and get at least a little bit of exposure. We have Legendary Lord 6 Samurai. Shien, crazy that 6 Samurais got multiple waves of support and nothing changed. Just crazy, mind-boggling to me. This card right here at a quarter is beautiful. Beautiful. The card is beautiful. It's a 6 Samurai card. You never know if they ever come back on to the meta. If they, you know, a gateway comes back to 2 to 3. If they start, you know, letting 6 Samurai players play. Shout out to Tyler, man. He deserves to play his deck. You know, it's been too long, man. Over a decade probably is sad, man. Just unlock gateway to 2 to 3 at the very least. Let people play. So again, reprints like these, if there's a balance implication, they could go crazy. Just want to keep in mind at a quarter, not bad at all. We have Simultaneous Equation Cannons. Beautiful name, beautiful card. Prismatic Secret Rare. Again, this card is, you know, around a quarter, a little bit less, so doesn't hurt. You never know when traps like these, you know, some random XZ's decks breaks this into the meta as a rogue contender, and then everyone goes crazy. Just a random card to keep in mind as a trap. You know, it'll be bulk, but not bad to hold on to. We have Paleozoic Opabinia and Anoma. Let's leave it at that. Shekels, just like I said 2 days ago, these walls are coming in strong. Beautiful at 15 cents. You know, post-tax, fit 2 quarters for a playset. Beautiful. Just in case we get that paleo support, you know, you're going to be ready with these extra deck monsters. And then forgot Diagram, but Diagram is also cheap. Just one to keep in mind with the new True Draco support coming around the corner. And lastly, we have a couple ultras. Again, we already talked about these 3 here, and the Vados, just most of the high-end ultra rares, but just have a couple that I wanted to highlight here for you guys. We have Light End Sublimation Dragon. I'm like, what? You can banish 1 level 8 dragon monster from your hand, from your extra deck, special summon this card from your hand. Also, you can not special summon monsters except dragon monsters the rest of this turn. During your main phase, you can fusion summon. Crazy. From your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field. That's broken. Broken. You can make this card lose exactly 500 attack, and if you do, that opponent monster loses 1500 attack. So, pretty interesting. 2600 attack. Again, it's a free special. Free fusion summon. That is insane. Keep this ultra rare in mind. You never know. V-shape recovered already, it says here. And it's a level 8, guys. Keep it in mind, man. It's a level 8. It's a dragon. You never know, man. If Dragon Link player squeezed this in, something to keep in mind right here at Shekels. You know, the card is trying to push back up to $1, so anything below $1 in the shekel territory should age well for this card. We have Trickstar Aqua Angel. You know, it's a neat little reprint here. I don't expect Trickstars to do anything, but it is also a Marincess card. You never know. As an ultra rare, sure, I think this should have been a prismatic secret in here, but that's neither here nor there. Of course, Detonator needed to be the prismatic secret over this. It is what it is, boys. But yeah, 14 cents. Nothing to go crazy about. Never hurts to get exposure. At the very least, your playset. Throw it as bulk to the side. You never know if this card ever makes a comeback. It's a good card. It's just not good enough to compete, so I guess the card is trash. Guys, we have Emissary from the House of Wax. This is an illusion card. Broken card with all the illusion support coming. Again, you have massive walls of China here. It's under a dime. So this is just an ultra rare, neat little ultra rare that you can pick up as bulk, because you never know. Some of these bulk can go from bulk to billies, and you definitely want to get exposure to potentially riding that wave up from shekels to billies. So just keep it in mind. Great effect, great for illusion monsters. We're getting illusion support. You never know with this penny stock. Great time to get exposure. Hadn't talked about that one. And lastly, Junk Synchron. Been talking about this one as an ultra rare with the synchro support coming, the synchro structure decks. You want to get exposure to this card as an ultra rare that could definitely go from, you know, around a quarter to 2 quarters to 3 quarters to multiple quarters, or maybe even a billion beyond. Don't sleep on the Junk Synchron as people get ready to play their new synchro structure deck support coming. Now, guys, if you made it this far out into the video, you guys are straight MVPs. Make sure you subscribe, ring that bell, like the video on the way out. We gladly appreciate it. Make sure you share this in one place with a group chat. Really does go a long way. Just wanted to say thank you, man. Thank you to each and every one of you guys that finds value in what I do. You guys are straight MVPs. Guys, thank you so much for your time, for your support, for your attention. Stay fresh.